Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. So in today's data structure tutorial, we are going to talk on bubble sort, which is a very simple sorting algorithm where we repeatedly swap the adjacent elements if they are in wrong order. So what we do the swapping, swapping of the adjacent elements if they are in wrong order. So I'll just explain it by using an example. Then we'll do the hands-on activity. And after that, we will try to find out the time complexity and space complexity also. Okay. Moving on to the example. Okay. So here I have taken an array of 5 items, 10, 9, 100, 35, and 29. And they are not in sorted order, right? So how bubble sort works? In the first iteration, we are going to check the these two items. Okay, the adjacent elements. Fine, 10 and 9. So 10 is larger than 9. So I want to sort this array in ascending order in the increasing set. So what we do, we are going to perform the swapping. So this is the first swapping in the first iteration. Okay, now 10, 100, this is fine. 100 is larger than 10, so we don't need to perform any swapping. Then 35 is less than 100. Again, there would be another swapping in this iteration itself. And now 29 is also less than 100. So again, we are going to perform the swapping. Now you can see that in the first iteration, the largest element is at the end of the array. So the largest element in the array has been positioned at the right place. Moving on to the second iteration, I'm going to check. First, I'll write the elements 9, 10, 35, 29, and 100. So in second iteration, 9, 10 are placed correctly. 35 is also larger than 10, but 29 is less than 35. So what we are going to do? We are going to perform the swapping operation. So after the swap, this is the array. Then 35 is less than 100. So it is also at the right position. Now you can notice that in the two iteration, we have got the sorted array, right? Let's do the hands-on. Okay, so here I have declared the array of size 5, and I'm going to sort this using this bubble sort function. So I'm going to declare variables to perform the loop int I, comma j. I'm going to take one temp variable which I'll be using for the swapping. So here we have two loops, one outer loop which will be from I equal to 0, I less than n minus 1, that is size of the array minus 1, and I plus plus, and the inner loop j equal to 0, j less than n minus I minus 1, and j plus plus. So why we have put n minus I minus 1? Because see, in the first iteration, my last element is at the correct position. So the largest element has reached the correct position. So I don't need to again check it. That's the reason after every ith iteration, I'm going to perform n minus I minus 1. So here also, why we have size minus 1? Because you will get from this if condition, I'm performing the check of if array j is greater than j plus 1. what we have to do? We have to do the swapping, right? So I'm using j plus 1. If I'm not going to put this minus 1, then the j plus 1 would point to the invalid location, because size of array is 5 here. So I am going to take I also less than 4, and because I have the I indexing from 0, 1, 2, 3. So when I'm going to reach 3, the j plus 1 would be 4. But if I'm going to take I should be less than size, that is I less than 5, it will point to 5. And that is not, there is no area limit at that location. Now I'm going to do the swapping operation using the temp variable that I have declared before. Array j is array j plus 1, assign temp to it. So we are good with the bubble sort. Now I'm going to call this function. I have to pass the array and the size of array, the sorted array. So I'm going to use for loop, int equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, say out, name of the array and index, ended for the new line. Let's run this program. The sorted array is 9, 10, 29, 35, 100. Now I would like to mention on one thing. Here in the second iteration itself, I have got the sorted array. So why I should, perform the third and fourth iteration where I will not be performing any swapping, right? So what I can do now is I'm going to put a flag or an identifier to check if in any iteration I'm not performing any swapping. Stop there itself. Do not loop the array unnecessarily. So I'm going to take a boolean and I'm going to name it as swap. So for every inner loop, putting it as false. And if I'm performing the swapping, I'm going to say that we have performed the swap operation. Now I'm going to perform break. So in the inner loop, we have checked, okay, we are doing the swap operation. Then here, if swap is equal to false, then break. If no swapping has been done, then just stop doing the check in the further iteration. Fine. So moving on to the time and space complexity, we can see that we are using two loops and traversing the size of the array. So the time complexity would be order of n squared, and we are just accessing till the size of the array. We are not, taking extra memory to perform this bubble sort. So the space complexity would be order of 1. I hope you like this video. I'm going to provide the GitHub link in the description section, so you can use this for more hands-on activity on bubble sort. If you want me to touch on any other topic, please mention in the comment section. Thank you. Have a good time.